And I'd like to introduce about the difference between Japanese professorship and American professorship. I think Dr. Clankie wants to say many things about this, but all of the professors must have PhD degree. Other professors, I've never seen any professors who don't have any like PhD degree. But there are two track, which is tenure track professors and non-tenure professors. And tenure track professors would be joking in Japanese, but I think it's a little bit different. And most of the professors start from assistant professor, jokyo, and they have to publish papers, and they have to get good evaluation from other students, and the number of supervising, and they promote to associate professor, so junkyoju after. But some of the professors, non-tenured professors, so they can't promote to other, like Jokyo assistant professor or Junkyo associate professor. They're staying as. And thesis, of course, in my thesis program, we have to choose either writing a thesis or not, and I decided to write a thesis. And this is my schedule that I wrote the thesis, and I had a proposal meeting on April 2010, and I came back to Japan to collect some data, and I had a thesis defense on March 2011, so it's like year long-term thesis. And of course, in Japan, we have to, in Japan, committee members have already been decided, or ask some, like, officer, GM, and GM people told me that. But I had to ask a professor to be my supervisor in the US, and ask other professors to be a thesis committee in person. And chair must be the same department, so I was in Department of Linguistics. So I was, I asked one of the committee professors in the Department of Linguistics to be my thesis chair. And in my case, my committee members are quite different from other MA students, I guess, but I asked one of the professors from Department of Anthropology and Department of Foreign Language and Literatures, but they all got a PhD degree in linguistics, but they have other perspectives, so because they are from other departments. And when the thesis has been approved, after submit to my Department of Linguistics, then chair has decided whether my thesis valuable or not, and I got signature from her, and then submit to graduate school for my for their approval. And then I finally finished up my graduate school. So this is my graduation. And I think it's better to, it's about 20 minutes, so it's better to open the discussion from here. And if you have any questions and comments, I think it's better to finish up here. So thank you for listening. And I'll open the discussion from here.
All right, let's open it up for questions for Masa.
Yes, Andy.
Andy.
How I asked about how the selection process. How did you select your university, or where did you get the information from? Which university you want to take, or what did you do to get all the information from different universities, or how did you find out which were available?
Most of the graduate school data are on the website, and there's a website on linguistics, and they have tons of like courseworks and requirements there. So I take those information first, and then I have to look at the financial problems, because most of the graduate schools open their tuitions, how much we have to pay for this. So I compare those financial problems, and then I apply for 5 graduate schools.
Okay.
How many positive replies did you get from these 5?
3.
Okay. Other questions? Yep.
How much money you got out of, getting scholarship? How much money you
I didn't say that. I'm sorry. Actually, I didn't have to pay a tuition when I get a TA. So it says $20,000 per year, but I didn't have to pay $20,000. And then I got $10,000 per month for salary. So I spent those money for my living fees. That's why I managed to.
use any other employment scholarship system like lottery or Fulbright or whatever?
No, I didn't get any scholarship. Once I applied for PhD, master's program, then they offer some TA-ship. Are you willing to work as a Japanese instructor or something? Then I applied for this. Then I got that job, so I didn't have to pay any tuitions, and I got salaries while I'm working on it. I think some of you are really interested in going to study abroad, so please ask me any question if you are interested. No? Yes?
What's the biggest difference you notice between going to school in the United States and going to school in Japan?
Undergrad students study harder than those that are Japanese students. That's the big difference.
You mean the American students study more or the Japanese students?
U.S. students study. Because, well, most of the American undergrad students really care about GPA, because it affects to their job hunting, whatever. So American undergrad students study harder than those that are Japanese students. That's a big difference. And of course, like I said, professors, they have to work on their research and their teaching, because it affects to their salary as well.
Right. Other questions? Andy?
Yes.
Did you experience, or did you find out any differences between you as a graduate student from Japan or American graduate students, or maybe also graduate students from other countries? Did you experience any difference?
Regarding the thesis, since Dr. Clankie is from U.S. and is graduate from U.S. graduate school, so I think that's not different. But I think course requirements harder than the Japanese grad school.
Personally, did you feel like it was harder for you to study America than it would have been Japan, or is it, do you think, like, you had it maybe more hard, it was more difficult for you than maybe an American student or a student, another international student?
You mean in the US?
In the US.
Well, I think international students, since our languages are different from English, so for us it's a little bit difficult. But I think it's harder than studying in our country. But I think it's a good opportunity. And some of you have been study or have been to travel, but we have learned a lot, being foreigner, and you experience a lot staying in Japan and studying in Japan and studying Japanese in Japan. So I think it's a similar experience, and of course it's hard, but I think I got many opportunities there.
Just very important for the Japanese students. How much different is it if you get a degree from an American university compared to a Japanese university for getting a job in Japan or also abroad? Does an American degree count more or less, or not? There's no difference?
Some of the high school teachers, when their students ask to told the teachers, I want to go to US or whatever for university, and then they told him or her, you have to get a bachelor degree in Japan, otherwise you are behind the job hunting opportunities or whatever. But I think I find that there's no big difference between BA in US or BA from Japan.
Yes, I studied Japanese in America after the bubble, and Japanese was very popular then because people thought it was going to be good for business and other jobs. How popular was Japanese among students when you were there?
It's quite a popular subject. There are other foreign languages were offered there: Spanish, German, Italian. In America, so we have